You're not lazy, you're just stuck in emotions you don't even realize. How many times have you mentally cursed yourself for putting things off? Called yourself useless, weak, a failure? Here's the hard truth. Procrastination isn't a character flaw. It's a lack of emotional clarity. You don't delay things because you want to. You delay because you feel. You feel fear, doubt, pressure. And to escape, what do? You run. You get distracted. You hide behind the "I'll do it later." But that later never comes. And meanwhile, your life stays on pause. Here's the game changer. The discipline you admire so much isn't about waking up at 5 a.m. with a smile on your face. It's about feeling all of that and still showing up. Want to stop sabotaging yourself? Then stop trying to fight your mind with brute force. Start by understanding what you feel. Because when you master your emotions, you master your routine, your productivity, your life. Let's break this cycle. Picture a wheel, a vicious cycle. It starts with a task, but when you look at it, you feel something. Fear of failure, insecurity, boredom, anxiety. That feeling creates discomfort, and like any human, you seek relief. How? By opening Instagram, getting a coffee, telling yourself, "I'll do it later. Now's not the right time." That escape brings temporary relief, but soon after comes guilt, regret, shame. And guess what? That creates more discomfort. And the cycle begins again. The procrastination cycle is an emotional cycle. It's not laziness, it's mismanaged fear, it's ignored emotion. Want a real example? Imagine Anna. She wants to start a new project, but every time she sits down at the computer, she freezes. She feels like she won't be good enough, that people will judge her, that it might go wrong. She doesn't realize it, but it's not the task that's stopping her. It's how she feels about the task. So she gets distracted, cleans the house, replies to messages, does everything except what she actually needs to do. And at the end of the day, exhaustion, frustration, self-criticism. What she needs isn't more time, it's more awareness. Want to get out of this? Then stop blaming yourself. Start listening to yourself. There's a dangerous myth going around. The myth that disciplined people are made of steel, that they wake up motivated, that they never feel doubt, boredom, or fear. Lie. Discipline is not the absence of emotions. It's action despite them. It's not about being motivated all the time. It's about understanding what you feel and acting anyway. You know what's hard? Starting something when you're tired, staying focused when your mind wants to run away, pushing forward when everything feels heavy. But that's where discipline is born, not on easy days, on cloudy ones. Discipline is you being bigger than your impulse to escape. It's like training an invisible muscle, the muscle of conscious choice. Want a phrase to remember? The difference between those who get things done and those who self-sabotage isn't strength. It's the emotion each one chooses to face. So don't beat yourself up for not being a machine. Train yourself to take action, even when your heart is a mess. Because this is emotional intelligence in practice. Productivity isn't doing more, it's doing with presence. And for that, you need clarity, focus, intention. You know where that starts? In your emotional state. When you're at peace, you choose more consciously. When you're calm, you decide more strategically. Ever noticed how a stressful day feels shorter? How everything seems urgent and heavy? Now think of a light day. You flowed, you got things done, you created, you solved. That's the impact of your emotional state on your productivity. Mastering your emotions is like organizing your mental desk. You clear the mess, make space, bring focus. That's why filling your schedule doesn't help if your mind is overwhelmed. Studying productivity is useless if you ignore what you feel. Because if you're irritated, insecure, anxious, your focus disappears. Your time slips away. Your energy fades. But if you train your emotional intelligence, You start to choose how you want to feel. You prepare emotionally for a meeting. You pause before reacting. You recognize when you're overwhelmed and adjust your pace. Real productivity comes from your ability to self-regulate emotionally. It's like driving a powerful car. If your mind is too fast, you lose control. If you're distracted, you crash. But if you're present and calm, you go far. Want to be more productive? Then before trying to do more, learn to feel better. Now here's the most important part. How do you turn all this into practice? It's not magic, it's training. Constant, small, real. First, conscious breathing. Sounds simple, and it is. Simple and powerful. Before reacting automatically, take a deep breath 3 times, slowly, intentionally. This sends a signal to your brain, it's okay. It helps pause the impulse to listen before fleeing. Second, emotional journaling. Every day, write, what am I feeling right now? Put it on paper, unfiltered. This gives a name to the chaos, makes the invisible visible, and what is seen can be healed. Third, self-inquiry questions. Ask yourself, what am I trying to avoid right now? Why does this task scare me? What would I gain if I just did 5 minutes of this now? These questions break the autopilot. They bring you to the present, to awareness. Fourth, gradual exposure to discomfort. Do something uncomfortable every day. Small, talk to someone new. Start a hard task for 2 minutes. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Training discomfort is training emotional courage. Because every time you face something uncomfortable, you teach your brain, I can feel this and move forward anyway. That's how you strengthen your discipline. Not with yelling, with self-awareness. Think about this. Every task you avoid carries an emotion you're not looking at. So if you want to stop running from tasks, stop running from yourself. The discipline you admire lies on the other side of your denied emotion. Okay, but what about in the heat of the moment? When the urge to postpone hits hard, use the power of minimum action. Tell yourself, I'll just do it for 2 minutes. Start. Even if small, because action generates energy, not the other way around. Use the 3 whys technique. Why am I putting this off? Why does this scare me? Why is it worth doing anyway? That inner conversation pulls you out of inertia. And finally, create an emotional agenda. Before planning what you'll do, plan how you want to feel. Example, Monday, focus and lightness. Tuesday, courage and presence. This changes how you act. You act in alignment, not just out of obligation. Small practices, big breakthroughs. Discipline is a wall, but it's not built from the outside in, it's built from the inside out. Every conscious choice is a brick. Every faced emotion, a solid foundation. Every action, even small, strengthens the structure. And when life hits hard, you won't crumble, because your discipline isn't tied to motivation. It's anchored in your emotional core. So, if today you feel weak, know this, you're just under construction. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present. Your journey isn't about never feeling fear. It's about not letting fear drive your life. Today, choose a brick, a step, a breath, and tomorrow, repeat. Because in the end, the winner isn't the one who feels less. It's the one who feels and still moves forward. Now tell me, what emotion do you need to face today? To start freeing yourself? Share in the comments. And if this video made you reflect, send it to someone who's stuck in the same cycle. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Every day there's a new video to remind you of what you're capable of. Let's build this emotional wall together. See you in the next one. And remember, feeling is human. Acting with awareness is power.